Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick little comparison of the camera and speed performance between the Galaxy A9 and the Galaxy Note 4. These two can be had for about the same in terms of the price, and I was wondering which one is the best to go for. And I'm sure that a lot of you might be also wondering that. They're both obviously very big phones, coming with massive, beautiful displays. So let's see which one is dominant. And the Note 4 is running the latest Android Marshmallow official update. I don't think we have Marshmallow for the A9 yet. And this is going to be very interesting to see how the Snapdragon 652 in the A9 compares with the 805, which used to be a flagship processor. You can see from the boot up much faster on the A9, which is pretty awesome. You can see we have closed down everything as well. So we can just start off here opening up some apps, day-to-day stuff, and see how they compare. And so far it looks like the A9 is ahead. About the same. Again, A9. So there's definite, I think, speed improvement here with the A9 Snapdragon 652, which I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting the old 805 to dominate, really. But that is not the case. Let's just have a look at a game here. Or maybe not. Let's have a look at the Geekbench. So you can see the specs here. Both coming with 3 gigs of RAM as well. So the Note 4 seems to be powering its way through this a little bit faster, which is strange based upon what I've just witnessed. Maybe it's because the A9 is running a more recent version of TouchWiz, because this is something which I keep mentioning, how Samsung is keeping the latest versions to the latest phones, even though technically this is running Marshmallow, so it should have its own optimizations. But you can see the actual scores here. Wow, so you can see a definite improvement when it comes to the single and multi-core with the Snapdragon 652, which is pretty interesting. You know, maybe they should have called it the Snapdragon 806 or something, just for clarity. So we can just have a look at the browsing, day-to-day stuff. Use the Samsung browsers. So just going to use something here, like for example, let's go to Amazon. So that was the Note. And again, let's try, should we go to right, let's make some effort and put GSM Arena. Go. Again, well, not again, but that was the A9, if you ask me. Quite a delay here with this page. Let's check out Phone Arena. Phone Arena, go. Wow, so the A9 again. So after a strong start, the Note seems to have fallen over a little bit with these other websites. So I'm probably going to give it to the A9 for the browsing, which is pretty good. Now we can have a look at the multitasking, but I already know what the story is going to be. So you can see both of them probably going to be pretty bad when it comes to multitasking. But I would have expected the Note 4 to be improved, to be honest. Hopefully the A9 will be on its official update. But you can see nevertheless it still brings the apps up a little bit faster. And I definitely think it's down to the TouchWiz, which is more up to date. You can see things rise a little bit faster. And again, so if you want the raw performance, folks, I am going to recommend you the A9 if you're looking at these two handsets. But how do they compare in regards to the camera? That is another thing which is important, obviously. With the Note 4 we're getting a 16 megapixel optically image stabilized versus 30 megapixel. I don't think it's got OIS, but I could be wrong. So you can see there's a massive difference in terms of the actual user interface. Definitely prefer the A9's user interface. Feels much more up to date and useful. You also get Pro mode here, which I don't think you get on the Note 4, as well as anti-fog mode, which I don't think I've ever seen actually. So let's just have a look at the quality here. I think you can summarize these two in that the Note 4 still takes better pictures when it comes to the low light, but in the good light I think that the speed as well as the reliability of the A9 is a little bit better. So you can see we did do some low light shots and you can see a lot of grain here with the A9 because it doesn't have that OIS, whereas if you zoom in here you don't see that level of grain, which is pretty cool on the Note 4. It does have a fantastic camera. It just takes a little bit longer to shoot though. It has to get its bearings. So but in terms of the day-to-day stuff, you'll find that both of them are about similar, but I think I do prefer the A9 when it comes to the colours, etc. In the good light. You can have a look yourself, make your own judgment. We did do a HDR shot as well. We also checked out the video recording, which I think we don't get 4K unfortunately with the Snapdragon 652, but you do on the Note 4, which I would have liked to have seen for the price of the A9. You can have a look to see if you can see any difference in terms of the quality. So you can see that I'd probably support the Note 4 when it comes to video recording, simply because of the optical image stabilization and the 4K video. But the A9 is not bad itself, it's very competent there. And if I had to choose between these two, I'd have to say it's a very difficult choice because you are getting pros and cons with both of them. Really, both are obviously massive displays, but the A9 does give you a little bit bigger in terms of the real estate for multitasking, etc. It does feel, both of them feel premium at the end of the day in different ways. We've got the glass construction on the A9, but you still have the leather kind of backs and the chamfered edges on the Note 4, which feels fantastic. I think I prefer the Note 4's actual build quality overall because it's less slippy, less fingerprint magnet, and it still feels premium. But nevertheless, you are getting your quick charge 3.0 on the A9, which is pretty awesome. Charges, very fast compared to the Note 4. But the Note 4 does have its trump card, the S Pen functionality, which I don't think will work on the A9 screen. Doesn't have the Wacom technology, so if you're into your business productivity, you want to go to a business meeting and look all like you're blinging, etc., that could be something to tide you over here. It's definitely got some features and stuff worth mastering, really. So you don't get that on the A9, unfortunately. Battery obviously is fixed in the A9, but it is a massive 4000 mAh, so I don't think you're going to have any issues with it. But you do get a removable battery and storage with the Note 4, which is another trump card. So very tough choice here, which I prefer, but which one do you prefer? That's the main question. Do leave a comment, and I hope you found the video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.